Get caught up on the stories impacting your family, finances, and what to expect tomorrow. News 9 Tonight starts right now. News 9 is everywhere. This is News 9 Tonight.
Our top story tonight, one man from the Northern Panhandle was nominated to serve on the board responsible for distributing over $1 billion of opioid settlement money. Thank you for joining us on News 9 Tonight. I'm Dylan Cleland. News 9's Gianna Dupre was at the event where the new member was selected. She has more.
One person from the Northern Panhandle was chosen to be on the board that will decide how over $1 billion of opioid settlement money will be used across the state. Many gathered at the Highlands Event Center to choose the individual to be on the West Virginia First Foundation Board. Stephen Corder, medical director at Northwood Health Systems, was elected out of 3 nominees representing Region 1, which includes Ohio, Marshall, Hancock, Brooke, and Wetzel counties.
I'm humbled to be chosen, but I take the responsibility very seriously, and I think, I'll put my entire heart and soul into making good decisions.
Corder has worked in the medical field for over 30 years with experience in many forms of treating opioid patients, along with a long list of awards and community engagement. West Virginia First Foundation Board will consist of 11 people across the state, 6 voted on in each region, and 5 appointed by Governor Jim Justice. Corder is the last to be chosen out of the 6.
This is the body that's going to decide how 72.5% of all the net dollars are going to be dispersed. So you want to pick a really good board member, and you want to make sure that that board is going to be making the right decisions for West Virginia.
The $1 billion will be broken up in 3 sections, 72.5% in a statewide foundation, 3% to the state, and 24.5% to aid community recovery.
We need to make sure that there's accountability with this money.
Morrissey says they were looking for someone in healthcare, substance abuse, financial knowledge, and more. The region thought Corder was the right fit, and one of his goals is prevention.
I work with the people affected by this pandemic, this epidemic, on a daily basis, literally hundreds every week. And just through my own interest and for my own education, I often ask them, what are the barriers? What needs to be different or changed?
In late August, the board will be official, and the money could be flowing into the state by the end of the year. As we learn more information on how this money will be utilized in the state of West Virginia and here in the Northern Panhandle, News 9 will keep you updated. Reporting in Ohio County, I'm Gianna Dupre, News 9.
A string of vehicle break-ins and thefts have been connected by the Barnesville and Byesville police departments, as well as the Ohio State Highway Patrol Intelligence Unit. The law enforcement agencies have identified 2 suspects involved in these crimes. Devontae St. Louis and Brittany Wilson both have Florida addresses. The stolen items have been used and reported across the country. The identified suspects have committed crimes in Barnesville twice. The agencies involved believe there are still unknown suspects involved in these crimes, and the investigation is ongoing.
We've talked to agencies who have had incidents involving at least one of the same people in the same truck as far away as Texas, and they've actually filed charges on St. Louis, and he has a warrant for his arrest right now out of their jurisdiction. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did return to this area or other neighboring communities. It seems as though they likely just, like I said earlier, they have a route that they'll travel, and they'll find small communities maybe located off the interstate or other major highways, and they'll make stops there and pass back through and continue their travels to commit similar offenses.
Anyone with information, tips, or agencies with similar incidents, please contact the Barnesville Police Department at 740-425-1976 or your local law enforcement. In Hancock County, an incident has left a vehicle owner frustrated as a thief has made off with a vital component from 3 of his vehicles. The targeted item is responsible for reducing harmful emissions and ensuring smooth vehicle performance. News 9's Hannah Hayes has the story.
The month of July marks Car Theft Prevention Month, and it falls in line with another instance of a car owner having their catalytic converters stolen.
July 5th, we ended up showing up for work in the morning, and we got here, started the one van, and realized that there was a loud noise coming out of it. So we read some video footage that we had outside of here.
Prenovich co-owns Turnkey Integrated Systems in Chester. The business specializes in security systems and recently had the catalytic converters taken from 3 separate business vehicles. This video shows the theft of a catalytic converter taking place, and it's part of an escalating trend plaguing communities across the United States. Criminals are capitalizing on the skyrocketing value of some of the metals found within these emission control devices.
Well, it's not really the actual converter, it's what's inside the converters. So it is a precious metals that are inside there. You have platinum, you have rhodium, you have palladium that's inside there, and that's what they're after.
One way that you could protect yourself from theft is to purchase a cage that surrounds the catalytic converter. But besides that, how else can you protect this important automotive component?
If you're parking your vehicle, park where it's sort of a lighted area, more of a secure area. Don't try to park it in like a back lot or anything like that with no kind of lightage.
According to Hancock County Sheriff Scott Giddings, this is the lone theft incident reported in recent weeks. He says his office is investigating. Meanwhile, Westling is advising all car owners to take the necessary precautions to protect your vehicle from becoming the next target in this escalating criminal enterprise. Reporting from Studio 9, I'm Hannah Hayes for News 9.
Regionally, a week into the manhunt for an escaped inmate in Pennsylvania, state police are asking for the public's help. Michael Burham was able to climb up gym equipment to access the Warren County prison roof, where he used a rope made of sheets to escape. The 34-year-old is described as a survivalist. Officials believe he's still in the area. They point to small stockpiles and campsites they've found in the woods. They're confident this bag belonged to Burham and said it had food, clothing, and some other items inside. They want hikers and bikers to be on the lookout.
You can see it was wrapped in a tarp. It would have been stashed at least partially under that log. It's meant to not be immediately visible to someone walking by. We're asking them to just be alert to anything like that, and if they see something, give us a call so we can check it out.
Burham is considered armed and dangerous. He was being held on $1 million bail for kidnapping and burglary following a shooting in May. He was on the run for nearly 2 weeks before he was initially arrested. An Ohio County man has pled guilty to a pair of crimes perpetrated against children. Anthony Dayton was charged with sex abuse by a parent, guardian, or custodian and third-degree sexual assault. The allegations were reported in April by the victim, who was 11 at the time, to her mother, who immediately contacted law enforcement. The case was investigated by the Ohio County Sheriff's Department. After being interviewed, Dayton confessed the crimes and charges were filed. Dayton will spend 11 to 25 years in jail. Severe Weather Team 9 coverage for you now as we take a live look outside through the lens of our tower cam. Severe storms moved through portions of the viewing area tonight, but things have quieted down since. Severe Weather Team 9 meteorologist Nathan Shutt is here to kind of take a look back at that, and also, do we have any more in the future?
Thankfully, things have quieted down quite a bit. Even earlier to this evening, we had those storms push out of the region. Even by about 9 o'clock, really the severe threat was done at that point, Dylan. So thankfully, looking ahead, things are much quieter. And yeah, we did have quite a few power outages. It was over 4,000 customers who reported without power about 8 o'clock this evening. Now that number's down closer to 2,000, so it's essentially been cut in half. And again, thankfully, won't be dealing with any additional severe weather as we go through the night, and likely not even any thunderstorms either. I think we can have a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder return extending into Friday morning's commute. But again, thankfully, the severe threat or any flooding concerns, nothing of that nature or anything impactful, you could say, is anticipated to return as we extend into tomorrow morning. It will be a rather mild and muggy start to your Friday. Then as we go throughout the day, outside of just a stray shower that would be possible lingering outside of the morning hours, it's a very low rain threat as we go throughout your Friday with a mix of sun and clouds, and those temperatures will be topping off in the mid-80s. Factoring in those humid conditions, it'll feel more like it's into the upper 80s, so quite a warm end to the work week. Coming up, we'll be tracking some additional rain arriving for this weekend. We'll also take a closer look at storm reports coming in from this evening and a close look at those power outages that remain as well, with a complete forecast ahead.
Coming up on News 9 tonight, despite inflation hitting a 2-year low, President Biden isn't ready to claim victory just yet.
You are watching News 9 Tonight with Dylan Cleland, Jamie Baker, and meteorologist Nathan Shutt. This is News 9 Tonight.
We value what's happening right outside of your door.
If there's breaking news, we're on it.
Jeff's the man. He's going to be the most accurate.
We are here to make sure that everything in the morning goes as smoothly as possible.
I just think you can't go wrong watching News 9 Sunrise.